This recreation of a metal vacuumed water bottle. This is a rough estimation of a water bottle. It's not down to the millimeter, but it's as close as makes no difference. So it's a good skill builder for anybody who's looking to get into more complex operations in Onshape and wanting to recreate real life products. I'm not going to go through the full creation of it because a lot of this was done through some graphical problem solving. There's a lot of sticky notes around the desk figuring out mathematical stuff. So I'm just going to hit the major points of the sketch by rolling back my design tree. So we'll start by going back to the first sketch I did and visualizing that. As usual, we have to wait for Onshape to have a think about that. What I did was I created a sketch on the front plane which comprised of a lot of rectangles and sketch fillets. So I started off with the topmost rectangle and the main shape. The key thing here was to use the offset tool to duplicate my lines at a consistent thickness for the water bottle's interior structure. So I've just created a series of lines and curves, and most importantly highlighting the smaller details. For example, the curved bottom to the bottle, and thinking about how things would work when they're mirrored or duplicated over into that solid round shape. So the indentation at the bottom of the bottle is done by creating a slight rise in the profile here and towards the middle, and that's just through a series of fillets. The tip at the top is done through just a gradual taper towards the end. So what I did with that was I revolved that profile around the central axis here. I could have done it around the origin point and used that as a central axis, but I chose not to. So if I just revolve that around, you can see how that worked. I have obviously changed the appearance and materials, but I'll talk about that later on. So that top profile becomes the taper, from which makes it easier to drink. There's no need to shell the part because the profile itself was thin, and so you can see the sketch here and how that is revolved around 360. On the bottom then, you can see how that rise in the profile becomes the indentation, and in the real bottle there'll be some print and some manufacturing marks here. So that's the main body of the bottle. If I return to my 3D view, I then was finished with that. I can edit my material, I can make it into stainless steel, and then I can edit the outside appearance, the faces, to make them blue or whatever color your water bottle is. I then moved on to a second part, which was the cap. And that looked like a similar operation with another revolved body. So I'll just open that sketch up and get rid of that first sketch. So this was the profile I created for the second part. Now what I can do here is I can just hide my initial body. What I'm trying to do here again is create all of the major features of the flask's top lid. I did not go into the detail of creating a screw thread. I could have done that, but for the purposes of this I wanted to keep it simple. In a later demonstration I can go through that. So I'm leaving the major features. I've got the indentation at the top here created in a similar way to the indentation in the bottom of the bottle. I've got a space here for a rubber gasket if I was to create that, and I've created only a half profile. So again, that gets revolved around 360 degrees, same principle, and creates a solid object. Let's just pull that forward to have a look. And you can see how each of the profiles gets duplicated on the other side and then rotated around. If I wanted to create the screw threads, I would not create these indentations here. I would leave this as a smooth cylinder shape, and then I would come along and use a helix or a thread tool to create that, but we'll leave that for a different time. So I'll hide that sketch again, and we can move on to creating the details of this cap. So if I pull my third sketch down, slowly loading. What I did was I created a simple circular sketch on my front plane, which is right in the middle of the cap itself, and then extruded that. And if I actually go to my extrude, I'll show you how I created the shape. So I've extruded sort of a random distance, and I've done it symmetrically, so I've cut up both sides at once. And just to make sure it's cutting through, I've selected remove. All right. So at this point I have sort of the major parts. If it was a simpler water bottle, you'd be done, but I wanted to add some details to the cap. So what I have now is my fourth sketch, which is going to become the pins that hold the top strap on. So what I've created here, I've done it 2 for 1. I've created 2 separate pins in the one sketch. So if we just have a quick look at that, I've created those on the right plane, trying to get the detail of each pin. I've mirrored this sketch across this line, so I'm cutting down the amount of work I do, and it's just simply rectangles with a fillet, sketch fillet on one end to create the rounded point. So those sketches are then rotated around this line as their central axis, 350 degrees, 360 degrees even. That wouldn't be much good if it was 350. And they create the 2 pins that will go into the water bottle there. All right, I've moved those aside, so I need to push those into position. Just simply moving them like that. And I can move on to the next part, which is creating the strap itself. So the strap is divided up into the part that attaches to the pin, and I'll just remove the pin for now so you can see how that works. So I have a circle in the middle for the pin to pass through, and then this sort of a D-shaped sketch of the remainder of the pin. I then extruded that out into a solid. I have my water bottle beside me to measure the actual space. It's a 3.5mm thick piece. So let me just remove the cap there so you can see that extrusion. And I mirrored that across then to create it on both sides. So I end up with 2 either side. Not sure why my pin is still here. I'm sure somebody can point out why that's not moved in the transform and why it's not hidden. All right, so then to create the strap between them, very simple. Just hide that pin. Very simple circular sketch, making sure to hit each point of the extrusions so that they match up perfectly. So my center point around which I mirrored these objects becomes the center point for the circle. So if I look straight at that, you can see how they're equidistant across. Then there's no need to delete the bottom half of the circle because I can just select this top portion here and extrude it around until I get the full strap. I could have used a sweep, but to keep it simple, just with extrusions and revolves. Just some detail to add some realism, a little fillet of, I think, 0.25 millimeters, just to add a little bit of realism and depth to the drawing. And we can take a look at what that looks like now. If we put the parts back in. So as I go, I'm just adjusting the appearance and the materials. You can see how that goes. Yeah. Okay. And get rid of my sketches. So my next sketch is going to be for the interior of the pin structure. And what I'll do is I'll get rid of the cap so you can see. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create the color, because on the bottle there is an unpainted section, which in real life is done by just removing a section of the metal after it's been painted. So what I've done is exactly the same as they would do in industry. I've removed a very thin, you can see my sketch rectangle here, and then I've just revolved that around to remove that material. I think it's less than a millimeter depth, and that creates a nice surface finish of just the brushed stainless steel again. So my final sketch then, I just wanted to add a little bit of complexity to the interior of the cap. What I wanted to do was simulate how the two pins are joined in the middle. I have a plastic insert which would go into the cap, which would sort of fit those together in sort of a compression fit, just push together until they click together. And that was done just with some simple rectangles across the top here. It's sort of a T-shape sketch, and that is revolved around, again, 360 degrees until you get or it should be. It's not loading for me now, but there you go. And it rotates around. Yeah. So if you're creating this for the first time, you might want to make all of these plastic and metal parts vibrant, different colors, just so you can see the differences. You could make it orange, even though it's just the selection color. And I have a black ABS plastic insert. So I'll put back on my cap, which hides all that detail, but it's still important to have the detail there. I can make some final adjustments for a little bit of realism, because we can't render in the education version, so I might just get this part, what is it, part 5? And I could transform that, rotate it around to make it a little bit more realistic. Change the appearances maybe. I could add some text. I could add a decal of the company logo if I wanted to, but generally that's enough detail for now.